Hello, my beautiful narcissistic abuse family. I was out of commission for a hot minute. Joe gave our whole family COVID for Christmas. Thank God we're all fine. We all survived. It was intense, I'll say that. I did a lot of sleeping. But oh my goodness, the toxic duo was in full effect this holiday season. Honestly, I was too sick to care, and at this point, thank God, they really have zero impact on me. I feel nothing for these people. They're just a joke. And once you can identify their game, it's so easy to separate yourself from it because they just keep doing the same toxic tactics over and over and over again. They don't know any other way, and they've gotten their way for so long that they just keep repeating it. It's the definition of insanity. So, all right, the first attempt was the narc mother. She initially sent, I guess it was a text message to my husband and I say this all the time, I have them blocked on everything. I have their phone numbers blocked, I have their emails blocked, so I don't ever get anything. And Joe has them blocked too, but for some reason it goes through on his phone and in his email. So he received the initial text message, and it was something about, oh, this is a season of joy and peace, and like, just a bunch of baloney, man. It's like everything that these people prey upon is our goodness, our genuine hearts, our emotions. That's what they've done our entire lives. They just prey on our goodness and the decency within us. They don't have it, but they expect to exploit it within us. So she sent this initial text message, to which we did not respond. I mean, it's just absurd. She didn't like that we did not respond. So she went so far as to email the exact same message to, again, myself and my husband. And I didn't get it, but Joe got it. And so it was like making sure that we got her message kind of thing. Like, how dare you ignore me? You know, they're so entitled and they have this superiority complex, condescending, the way she's been my entire life. But so she emailed it for good measure to make sure we got it, to which we did not respond. I did see on my phone that the enabler called on Christmas. No message, no nothing, but I did see that. All right, so another thing they did. They showed up to our house because they have no respect or regard for our boundaries. And unfortunately, as I've said, we live like 10 minutes away from them because way back when we bought our house, we were like, oh, this will be so great. They'll be a part of our life. We'll welcome them to be a part of our kids' lives. No, didn't happen, okay? So they show up to our house with presents for the kids, right? Of course, because they're model grandparents. And Joe and our house is awesome. We have cameras everywhere. We have the Ring doorbell. I swear to you, it was divine intervention because on this particular day, Joe was home because we all had COVID for Christmas. And they were probably banking on him not being home because it was like a random day to stop by. It was like a Tuesday or something before Christmas. So they show up and they were probably crying and complaining to our Ring doorbell like they always do. Like they leave this long-winded, sad, sorry, self-pity type of proclamation. So we didn't see or hear anything. Again, divine intervention. God was like, you don't need to hear these people's crap anymore. So we didn't get any of it because our cameras and the ring, everything was offline. So then the narc follows up with like some ranting, I think it was an email. It was an email about, how dare you? Who are you to leave your parents outside at your doorstep? Not even responding to us or whatever. It was like, first of all, we didn't even know they were there. But second of all, we were all sick with COVID. Third of all, they don't belong here. No place for them here at our home. They made it very clear, like all these years, we tried to include them as part of our family, that they just couldn't be bothered. So have fun with that. Nobody's bothering you. So she writes this long-winded, like, how dare you, leave us out there kind of thing. So that was their, narrative for that situation. Then, furthermore, I posted it in my short video before. It was like a fake book forward from The Enabler. And it was something about how it's the worst thing that a human being can do to keep a child from a parent or a grandparent. And it's just despicable. I mean, where do you even start with that, man? It's like, I'm your daughter. You treated me like crap for decades. I'm upset about it. You've clearly disrespected me and caused this whole thing. But screw me, all you're worried about is that we're depriving you of a relationship with your grandkids. Like, it's the biggest, most preposterous, hypocritical joke on the face of the planet. It was utterly absurd. So, The Enabler said, I'm still decongesting from the whole COVID thing, sorry. But, so that was the last, assault, whatever you want to call it. And then I think that's it. I think that wraps it up. But they were very active this holiday season. And if you remember going back, I started to separate from these monsters August of 2019. So we'll give it it's been like a good 3 years now. So 2019, 2020, 2021. So it was like a good 3 holiday seasons. They haven't had access to us. And oh my goodness, we were their prime source of supply. Hands down. I mean, us, our kids, we are loving, decent, kind-hearted, genuine human beings. And we're everything they are not. And they absolutely loved to extract supply from us, because I say this about Joe all the time, and I love it about him. He's very extra. He's very passionate. And our kids are like that too, like Josie is at least. But I love that about my husband and our beautiful daughters. We're all very emotional. We're emotionally in touch with our feelings, and I don't know, we're ample supply, okay? And all the trials and tribulations that we suffered with Joey and, me being disabled, it's we are just an endless wealth of supply for them. So they're really feeling it right now. And they sent, that's what I wanted to say. So that message forward that I put up in one of my short videos recently about how despicable it is to, withhold a child or whatever, that was sent to myself, my husband, the golden boy, and his wicked wife. evil woman. But it was sent to all four of us. And Joe and, like, a lot of people ask me, like, does that mean that they're withholding their child from the toxic duo as well? Honestly, like, I did not take it as that. I mean, it's a possibility. But Joe and I neither care enough to think about it, or we just don't care. I mean, either way, like, whatever. So that was a possibility. It's possible that they are because the Golden Boy's wife, like, always hated the toxic duo. I mean, you know, they play nice, like, they're fake as hell, but they're superficial and they're fake and they all, you know, act nice to each other's faces, but the Golden Boy's wife can't stand the toxic duo. So I don't know if, like, maybe she was like, oh, you know, kind of jealous of us taking the reins and not allowing these monsters access to our beautiful children. That's a possibility, but I took it as, like, the enabler's just trying to flex, you know, like he included all of us on this message because as the black sheep and, you know, the son being the golden boy, they have smear campaigned me to smithers my entire life. So the golden boy's wife absolutely detests me. She always has. So they're like a prime audience to smear campaign me to. So I don't know if it was like him, like that's what my assumption was. He was just like flexing, like, oh, I'm going to send them a nasty message or whatever, man. But the whole thing's just preposterous. It's a joke. Like I said, we had COVID. We were like focusing on healing and, you know, just taking care of each other. So they didn't even phase us. And I want to tell you, it's a wonderful, beautiful feeling to be separate from them. That whole nightmare that they wreaked havoc on us all these years. But that's what happened this holiday season. The hoovering was in full effect because they're feeling really sorry for themselves. And I don't know if they ended up like alone for the holidays or whatever. But rightfully so, they did, man. That's the bed. You made it, lay in it. Stew in your own gravy. That's what you've always wanted. You know, they never wanted to be bothered. We always tried to include them in our lives and our kids' lives. And it was always like, oh, we'll see. Or, you know, maybe daddy has plans or whatever. Like, okay, we're good. We don't need you, nor do we want you around us. So, anyway, you guys, all right, please like, subscribe, share with anybody you think this would apply to. I love you all. I hope you had an awesome holiday season. And I'm very excited about this new year, 2022. Let's do it. All right, you guys, we're bumped, we're bruised, but more than anything, we are blessed because we're better people for undergoing this torture that these monsters put us through. But we appreciate each other. We appreciate genuine love, kindness, compassion, the real relationships that we have. I love you all.